अरे बट स्टूडेंट्स को लिंक भेजना है.
कौन सी क्लास?
12th.
नहीं वाला किस का होगा? इंटरनेट का इशू है.
Hello students, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to learn about, yes, hello Viraj, hello Aditya. Today we are going to start with the third chapter of biology, that is human reproduction. Okay. So as you all know, okay, to start with human reproduction, first we are going to see that what are the different types of reproductive events that take place in humans for the process of reproduction. Now we all know that humans are the organisms in which sexual reproduction takes place, right? Now these sexual reproduction takes place by the formation of gametes. You already know that there will be a male gamete formed in the male body and a female gamete which will be formed in the female body. And then later on these gametes, they are going to fuse and going to give rise to the zygote, right? So first thing that you need to remember is humans, they always undergo the sexual reproduction process. Second important point is they are viviparous organisms. That means they give birth to young ones. They directly give birth to young ones, right? And that means the small infants that are born, they are later on through their life cycle, lifespan, they will grow into the adult organisms. And as I said again, they are unisexual. That means the sexes will be separate. There will be a male will be body will be different and the female body will be different. Okay. Now, when we talk about humans or reproduction in humans, as I said, they are unisexual organisms. So there will be special reproductive organs that are present in these bodies, right? So each sex has a pair of gonads which is going to help in the process of reproduction, wherein they are going to help in formation of all these reproductive events that we are going to study now. Okay, so there will be pair of gonads which are actually forming the gametes. Then there will be the reproductive ducts, okay, through which the gametes will be transferred. And then there will be certain accessory structures which are actually going to help in the transfer of gametes. Remember, gonads are the structures which are actually going to form the gametes. Reproductive duct is the part where the gametes are going to be transferred, and the accessory structures are going to help in the transfer of these gametes. Okay. So we are going to study first what are the type of sex organs found. In male, the sex organ which is responsible for formation of gametes are the testes. Again, these are the paired structures. Okay, they are the paired structures. In female, the primary sex organ, the one which is going to form the gametes, are the ovaries, and again they are also the paired structures. There will be a left and right ovary that is present in the female. Okay, these sex organs, they are involved in gamete formation and secretion of hormones which are necessary for the process to start. At which age? Puberty. At the age of puberty, the sex organs, they are going to form the gametes under the secretion of the hormones that are released. You know what is puberty, right? The age wherein the body gets sexually matured, right? So that is generally 10 to 12 years of age. Okay, you have yourself observed in your bodies that at the age of 10 to 12, there are many different changes taking place in your body. There is development of secondary sexual characters that take place, and all these are somewhere going to help in the process of reproduction. It is the age where you can say that the body of the humans enters into the reproductive phase. ठीक है, तो हम लोग ये देखते हैं अभी कि एक बार बॉडी रिप्रोडक्टिव फेज में एंटर हो गया, then what are the different events that are going to take place? The first event that will take place is gametogenesis. Now understand the term here, gametogenesis. Gamete का मतलब क्या हो यहाँ पे? Let us break down this complete word. Gametogenesis. Gameto will का मतलब हो गया gamete, और genesis का मतलब हो गया formation. So the process wherein the gamete formation takes place, that process will be termed as gametogenesis. ठीक है, ये सबसे पहला प्रोसेस होगा रिप्रोडक्टिव इवेंट्स का. ओके, सो gametogenesis is nothing but the formation of gametes, right? And what are the gametes formed? Sperms and ova. Sperm is the gamete that is formed in male, and ova are the gametes that are formed in the female. Okay, ठीक है. So once the gametes have been formed, now the male gamete has to reach up to the female gamete, where the fusion of both the gametes will take place, right? So the second process involved in the reproduction is insemination, and insemination means the transfer of the sperms into the female genital tract. This process will be termed as insemination, where the sperms from the male body are being transferred into the female genital tract. The second reproductive event. You need to always remember all these reproductive events in a proper sequence. ठीक है, पहले fertilization के बाद gametogenesis लिखोगे, then it is wrong. It will be first gametogenesis always. Second always will be insemination. Now, once the male gametes have reached into the female genital tract, what is going to happen there? The process of fertilization is going to take place. That means the fusion of the male and the female gamete will take place, right? You know, the male gamete is motile and a female gamete which is non-motile. The fusion of both will result into the formation of a cell which is called as zygote. Another important thing that you need to remember here is the gametes formed always will be haploid, right? And out of the fusion of the haploid gametes, the zygote which is formed, it will be diploid. Okay? Once the fusion has taken place, that means the zygote formation has taken place. Next what happens is the zygote has to divide, undergo the process of cell division to form the embryo. Right? Now, why has the zygote to divide? Because basically humans are multicellular organisms, right? So zygote जो होता है, it is a single cell. So this single cell of the zygote actually has to divide multiple times so that it can form a multicellular embryo. So while it is after these embryo has been formed, what is going to happen next? Implantation will take place. What is implantation? The development of the blastocyst and its attachment to the uterine wall. मतलब जो zygote form हुआ है inside the female reproductive tract, right? See, we are going to study all these processes in detail, don't worry. But what I am trying to say here is implantation का मतलब क्या होगा? Zygote जो form हुआ है, once it has started cell division and when the embryo formation has taken place, these embryo at a certain stage called as the blastocyst stage is going to attach itself to the uterine wall of the mother. This process where the attachment takes place between the embryo or the blastocyst stage with the uterine wall of the mother will be called as implantation. Next thing what is going to happen is gestation. Now what is gestation? The complete time for which the embryo is developing inside the mother's womb. In humans, this gestation period is of 9 months. Okay, from conception to birth, the period is said to be the gestation period. और क्या होता है इस gestation period में? Embryonic development होता है और humans में ये gestation period कितने time का होता है? It is of 9 months. ठीक है, लास्ट प्रोसेस जो आएगा रिप्रोडक्टिव इवेंट का, जो लास्ट इवेंट है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज पार्चुरेशन. सिंपल टर्म्स में हम लोग उसको बोल सकते हैं गिविंग डिलीवरी टू द बेबी. ओके, दैट मीन्स चाइल्ड बर्थ. when the child is delivered outside the body of the mother, that process, that phenomenon will be termed as parturition. Okay, so here are the 6 reproductive events that you need to learn. Okay, these events will take place sequentially one after the other, and finally at the end of 9 months the child will be delivered out. So to start with, first what I am going to do is, before starting gametogenesis or before learning gametogenesis, what I am going to do is we are first going to discuss about the reproductive parts of the male and female. Okay, we will first see that what are the different parts of the male and female reproductive system. Okay, so here if you see the male reproductive system, it is located in the pelvis region. Where is it located? It is located in the pelvis region, right? You know which is the pelvis region, the part of your abdominal body part, okay, where your tailbone ends, that is the pelvis region. So male reproductive system is located in the pelvis region. And what does the male reproductive system include? It includes a pair of testes, accessory ducts, accessory glands and the external genitalia. Okay, on the right side of the screen you can see that what are the different parts of the male reproductive system and where exactly it is situated. Okay, so if you clearly see here, the bladder is present here, right? The testes, here are the testes, okay, and then comes the different part, and this, the penis is the external genitalia of the male. This is the penis, which is called as the external genitalia of the male. It is situated outside the body, and here you can see just behind the reproductive system in male is present the digestive system, parts of the large intestine, that is rectum and the anus. Okay, so this is the front view of the male reproductive system, where you can see that what are the different parts. Like I told you, the testes we have seen in the earlier slide, right, in the previous slide, that a pair of testes are present, correct? So yes, you can see this is one testis, this is the second testis, so a pair of testes are present. Then what you see is the penis. Penis is actually the external genitalia inside, where the one through which the sperms and the urine is passed outside the body in case of males, right? Then there are other parts also, certain accessory glands like the prostate gland, accessory ducts like vas deferens, epididymis, right? Along with prostate gland, seminal vesicle is also an accessory gland. Don't worry, we are going to study about everything in detail, fine? So to start with, we will study first about testes. We are going to learn about the testes. As I told you, they are called as the primary sex organs. They are responsible for giving rise to the gametes, as well as they secrete hormones which are necessary for the development of a male body. Okay, so testes, as I told you, they are paired structures. There will be a left testis and a right testis, and their function is to produce the sperm, which is the gamete, and to release the male hormones. Now what is the shape of the testis? Generally testis is oval in shape. Okay, so uska total length jo ho gaya, total length will be 4 to 5 centimeters and its width will be 2 to 3 centimeters. I hope you people are understanding. Yes, Viraj, Aditya, Kushi, you are having any doubt, you can please comment it, okay, so that I can see your comments and solve your doubts as well in between. So as you see here, the shape of the testis is oval, the length is 4 to 5 centimeters and width is 2 to 3 centimeter. Okay. Now, if you see here, if you see this figure, you can see that the testis is actually situated in a sac-like structure, right. This outer structure that you see, the sac-like structure that is present is called as the scrotum. Okay. Scrotum is nothing but a sac-like structure present outside the abdominal cavity of the male. Fine. And why exactly is this situated in the scrotum? Because what is the significance? Females में तो ऐसा नहीं होता. In case of females, the reproductive system is present inside the body. Then why is it so that the primary sex organs of the males, they are situated outside the body? The reason is, first of all, the sperm requires low temperature. As I told you, the testis is the sex organ which is actually involved in sperm formation, right? So sperm के formation के लिए basically the temperature that is required is 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius, less than the normal body temperature. अब normal body temperature कितना होता है? 37 degrees Celsius plus minus 1 or 1.5 degrees Celsius. So इतना ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर नहीं चाहिए. Sperm requires 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less temperature than the normal body temperature. So as a result, what has been evolved as a mechanism, as a adaptation, the testes, they are situated outside the body in a pouch called as scrotum, where the temperature is low. And that low temperature helps in the process of spermatogenesis. What do you mean by spermatogenesis? यहाँ पे spermato का मतलब हो गया sperms, or the another term for that is spermatozoa, and genesis means formation. Okay, so spermatogenesis, sperm formation, ये process कब होगा? It takes place inside the testis, right? And this complete process requires 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less temperature, and that is the reason it is situated outside in the scrotum. Fine? Okay. So let us study the internal structure of the testis. What exactly is present inside the testis, which are the different cells that are present, and how the development is going to take place inside the testis. Fine? Okay. Now if you see the complete structure of the testis, you will see that it is covered by an dense covering. On the outer side, it is covered by a dense covering, which is called as, the covering is called as capsule, and it is said to be tunica albugina. Testis is covered by a dense covering capsule called as tunica albugina. आप लोग डायग्राम देखोगे तो यहाँ पे जो ग्रे कलर का रीजन आप लोग को दिख रहा है, राइट, द आउटमोस्ट लेयर, this outermost layer is tunica albugina. Fine. And on the inner side, this tunica albugina is divided into compartments, as you can see here, like this, right. There are internal lobules which are formed. So this internal divisions, the layer which is moving inside, that is called as the septa. ठीक है, इंटरनल जो लोब्यूल फॉर्मेशन होगा वो किसकी वजह से होगा? सेप्टा की वजह से. ओके. नाउ in each testis, as I told you, pair of testis is present. There will be a left and the right testis. So inside each testis there will be 250 such compartments. ये जो आप लोगों को पिंकिश कलर का जो लेयर दिख रहा है, राइट, these are the lobules. हर एक टेस्टिस में ऐसे कितने lobules होते हैं? There are somewhere around 250 compartments. Fine. And these 250 compartments, they are called as the testicular lobules. Inside each of these lobule, you will see that there are certain convoluted tubules present. ठीक है, convoluted tubules present होती है. और एक testicular lobule में कितने tubules होंगे? ऐसे 1, 2, 3 convoluted tubules which are called as seminiferous tubules. अगर एक simpler diagram अगर आप लोग को और देखना है, then I'll draw it for you. So see, you can see this is the testis. Fine. Outer layer जो होगा इसका, let me draw it with another color so that it is clear to you. Okay, outer layer of the testis will be called as the tunica albugina. The green color layer that I am drawing is of tunica albugina, the outermost dense covering layer. Okay, and on the inner side, as I told you, it will be divided by the setae. This is the setae which is dividing the complete testis. Fine. And now, as I told you, in each testis, how many compartments will be there? There will be in all total 250 compartments which will be called as the testicular lobules. Inside these divisions, what you see are the testicular lobules present. The black colored structures, what you see are the testicular lobules. And how many testicular lobules are present? Actually, there are 250 such testicular lobules present. Or हर एक testicular lobules में what you will see is the seminiferous tubules. कितनी seminiferous tubules होती है? 1 से लेकर 3 तक. The coiled tubules, they are said to be the seminiferous tubules. Okay, so this is the complete structure of the testis. Now, connected just to the testis, you will see that there are certain accessory ducts. So now what we are going to study is about these accessory ducts. Before going to that, we are also going to study the section of a seminiferous tubule. जो मैंने आप लोगों को बोला, right, कि inside the testis there are testicular lobules present, and in these testicular lobules there will be seminiferous tubules, right? So if you take a section of a seminiferous tubule, what all things you can observe under it? First of all, you need to remember that a single testicular lobule or a single seminiferous tubule, sorry, not a testicular lobule, a seminiferous tubule is lined by two types of cells. There will be male germ cells which are called as the spermatogonia, which are actually involved in this formation of sperm, and there will be Sertoli cells. Let us see what are this. Here you can see on the right side there is a diagram or figure which is showing that section of a seminiferous tubule, okay. But I am drawing another diagram for you here. If you take a section of seminiferous tubule, you are going to observe that there are certain cells present which are attached to the wall, and these layer of cells are the male germ cells, or they can be called as the spermatogonia cells. What are they called as? Spermatogonia cells. Apart from these, another type of cells that you see within the seminiferous tubule are cells called as the Sertoli cells. What are they called as? Sertoli cells. Okay. Now, these Sertoli cells are nothing but the supporting cells. What are they going to support? Now, as I told you, the spermatogonia cells, they are mainly involved in the process of sperm formation. So, whenever sperm formation is taking place within the seminiferous tubules, these supporting cells or the Sertoli cells are going to provide nutrition to the germ cells. Whenever the cells divide, they need certain nutrition, right? So, that nutrition will be provided by whom? Sertoli cells. Fine. So, as you can see here in the section that is there are many seminiferous tubules. This is the one seminiferous tubule, right? Fine. So, what you need to understand here is, and within this, here there are spermatogonia cells that you can see, right? See, this is a second seminiferous tubule that you see. This is the third seminiferous tubule that you see. तो हर एक seminiferous tubule में आप लोग क्या देख सकते हो? That there is spermatogonia cells, and in between somewhere there are which type of cells present? Sertoli cells present. तो within a testicular lobule, अगर मैं ये testicular lobule को, if I take a section of a testicular lobule, I will see that inside one testicular lobule there are approximately 1, 2, 3 seminiferous tubules, right? And inside these seminiferous tubules, what you will see are the spermatogonia cells and the Sertoli cells. ठीक है, हर एक seminiferous tubule में same होगा. The round cells that I am drawing are the spermatogonia cells, and these oblong cells are the Sertoli cells. ठीक है. अब ये जो है, ये मैंने क्या ड्रॉ किया है? टेस्टिक्युलर लोब्यूल, ठीक है। अब एक टेस्टिकुलर लोब्यूल में जो सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स है, इन बिटवीन द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स आर प्रेजेंट सर्टन सेल्स विच आर कॉल्ड एज, यहाँ पे जो सेल्स प्रेजेंट होंगे, द रेड कलर्ड सेल्स दैट आई एम ड्राइंग इन बिटवीन द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स, जो इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेस होता है दो सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स के बीच में, there you are going to find interstitial cells or the Leydig cells. Cells that are present in the interstitial space, they are said to be what? Leydig cells or interstitial cells. ठीक है, अब ये Leydig cells का function क्या है? They synthesize and secrete the male hormone, that is androgen. To be very specific, it is testosterone. इसके अलावा ये Leydig cells जो है वो दूसरे immunologically competent cells भी select करेंगे. Immunologically competent cells also they are going to there will be present in between these Leydig cells or in the interstitial space. Students please फटाफट से बता दो क्या आप लोग को सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल और टेस्टिस का स्ट्रक्चर समझ में आ गया? किसी को कोई भी डाउट है? Okay, then we are moving next to the accessory ducts. Okay, now you will see that there are different types of accessory ducts that are present along with the testis. Okay, seminiferous tubule में क्या होता है? Actually sperm formation हो रहा है. Remember, seminiferous tubule is not an accessory duct, but just for your understanding I have written here. Fine. So first of all क्या हो रहा है? सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल में स्पर्म फॉर्मेशन हो गया फ्रॉम द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल. अभी सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल एग्जैक्टली सिचुएटेड कहाँ पे होता है? टेस्टिस में. सो वंस द स्पर्म्स आर फॉर्म्ड दे विल बी रिलीज फ्रॉम द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल, मतलब वो एक्चुअली जो है टेस्टिस से बाहर निकलेंगे. ओके, एंड देन दे आर गोइंग टू ट्रैवल थ्रू ऑल दीज एसेसरी डक्ट्स. Okay, which are the accessory ducts? Rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vas deferens. These are the accessory ducts which are associated with the male reproductive system. Now, let us see here in this diagram again that what is rete testis. ये जो diagram मैंने यहाँ पे simpler draw किया है, I'll draw here only. Now, each of the seminiferous tubule which is coming present inside a testicular lobule is finally going to open up into a network of tubules which is called as the rete testis. Rete testis यानी कि यहाँ पे जो आप लोग को रीजन दिख रहा है, ये जो नेटवर्क है, राइट, जहाँ पे सारे सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स है, हर एक टेस्टिकुलर लोब्यूल्स के जो ओपन होंगे, दैट रीजन इज द rete testis. From the rete testis further, the sperms are going to enter into an convoluted or a coiled region which is called as vasa efferentia. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Vasa efferentia. It can also, it is here it is written as efferent ductules. These tubes that you see here, ये जो सारी ट्यूब्यूल्स दिख रहे हैं ना, ये दिस आर व्हाट? वासा एफरेंशिया. मतलब स्पर्म्स फॉर्म होंगे इनसाइड द सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल. जैसे ही उनका फॉर्मेशन हो गया, as soon as they get mature, they are going to enter into the rete testis. From the rete testis, they are transferred to the vasa efferentia. From the vasa efferentia, they are going to enter into a highly coiled tubular region. ये रीजन दिख रहा है आप लोगों को? ये पूरा ट्यूब्यूलर रीजन जो है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज दी एपिडिडाइमिस. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? एपिडिडाइमिस. Another, sorry, spelling mistake here. Yes, epididymis. Another accessory duct. And finally, the epididymis is going to continue further as the vas deferens. ठीक है, तो स्पर्म जैसे कि मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है, रेटे स्पर्म फॉर्मेशन हो गया सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल में, वहाँ से दे आर एंटरिंग इनटू द रेटे टेस्टिस. रेटे टेस्टिस से दे विल एंटर इनटू वासा एफरेंशिया, then to epididymis and finally to the vas deferens. ठीक है, यानी कि अगर मैं टेस्टिस का ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर यहाँ पे आप लोग को ड्रॉ करके दिखाऊंगी, सो हियर विल बी द रेटे टेस्टिस, ठीक है, जो कि ओपन हो रहा है इनटू द ट्यूबुलर रीजन कॉल्ड एज वासा एफरेंशिया. These vasa efferentia is going to continue as a coiled tubule epididymis. which further continues as the vas deferens. ठीक है, अगर आप लोग को और क्लियर डायग्राम देखना है तो मैं आपको फर्स्ट वाला फिगर दिखाती हूँ. यस, हियर, यस, हियर व्हाट यू कैन सी, ये जो रीजन है टेस्टिस को, अभी रेटे टेस्टिस एंड वासा एफरेंशिया कैन नॉट बी ऑब्जर्व फ्रॉम द फ्रंट व्यू. यू कैन सी दैट एपिडिडाइमिस इज अ कॉइल्ड स्ट्रक्चर. हमेशा एपिडिडाइमिस जो है वो टेस्टिस पे उसके हेड, टेस्टिस के हेड पे ऐसा कॉइल्ड रीजन फॉर्म करता है, एंड इट इज़ फर्दर गोइंग टू कंटिन्यू एज द वास डेफरेंस. ठीक है, अब वास डेफरेंस क्या करेगा, इट इज़ गोइंग टू कैरी द स्पर्म्स फ्रॉम द abdomen, I mean scrotum, क्योंकि testis scrotum में present है, so from there the sperm will be further transferred into the abdominal cavity and the abdominal part of the body. Okay, so see here, the sperms are produced in the seminiferous tubule, transferred to epididymis through the rete testis and vasa efferentia, and finally they will be passed to the vas deferens, जो कि कहाँ पे enter हो रहा है, it is ascending into the abdomen and loop over the urinary bladder. ठीक है, from the seminiferous tubules which are present outside in the scrotum, they will be transferred up to the abdomen body part, fine, with the help of vas deferens. Okay, and finally these vas deferens, when you see, it is going to loop over the urinary bladder. वहाँ पे जाके वो urinary bladder के ऊपर loop जैसा structure form करेगा. Okay, so क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे basically? Okay, again one important thing that you need to keep in mind is there are many people कि जिसमें जो है basically the sperms are not properly formed, and if there is problem with the physiology of the reproductive system, there are chances that the sperms may not enter up to the abdomen. If there is any problem in any of these ducts, rete testis या vasa efferentia किसी में भी, then the sperms will not be able to enter or reach into the body of the male, or it will, you can say that it will not be able to reach up to the penis or the external genitalia for the process of insemination. Okay, अब बेसिकली होता क्या है कि टेस्टिस जो होते हैं, दे आर एक्चुअली फर्स्ट प्रेजेंट इन एब्डोमेन. एक इन्फेंट जो होता है, मतलब व्हेन अ चाइल्ड इज बोर्न, तो टेस्टिस कहाँ पे प्रेजेंट होता है, एब्डोमेन में. लेटर व्हेन द मेल इज रीचिंग अप टू द एज ऑफ प्यूबर्टी, सो द टेस्टिस हैज टू डिसेंड डाउन, it has to descend down in the scrotum. अगर ये नहीं होगा then also the male will be infertile, क्योंकि अगर टेस्टिस जो है वो स्क्रॉटम में डिसेंड नहीं हुआ तो उसको प्रॉपर टेम्परेचर नहीं मिलेगा फॉर स्पर्म फॉर्मेशन, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट द मेल विल बी इनफर्टाइल, क्योंकि स्पर्म फॉर्मेशन ही नहीं होगा उसमें. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी मच नेसेसरी दैट द testes which are present in the abdomen and later have to descend into the scrotum. Fine? Okay. So let us see this accessory ducts. Now like I told you, the vas deferens, it is going to receive the it enters into the abdomen. अब अगर यहाँ पे आप लोग को अच्छे से मैं फिगर दिखाऊं तो this is the vas deferens. Fine? जो कि कहाँ से आया है, lower down from the epididymis, it has continued. ठीक है, let us consider कि यहाँ पे testis present था, and from here the vas deferens has come out. Fine. So now as you can see here, the vas deferens has formed what? It is looping upon the urinary bladder. ये urinary bladder है, ठीक है, और ये देखो यहाँ पे loop जैसा form कर रहा है in the urinary bladder. Okay, now before the vas deferens continues further into the urethra, it also receives the opening of seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle is a type of an accessory gland. What it is? It is a type of an accessory gland. Okay, so these seminal vesicle, what it is going to do? It is going to secrete certain fluid. The accessory glands, basically you will see that there are three different types of accessory glands: seminal vesicle, prostate gland and the bulbourethral gland. All these three glands, they will help in secretion of seminal plasma, the fluid which is going to give nourishment to the sperms when they are entering inside, when they are traveling through all these, and when they finally enter into the female genital tract. Okay, so all the functioning of all these accessory glands is very much important. Now, if you see the accessory gland, that is seminal vesicle, they are also present in pair. You can see there is one seminal vesicle here and the other seminal vesicle here. So, before opening or continuing further into the urethra, here is the urethra, the seminal vesicle and the vas deferens, they fuse together and they commonly open into the urethra as ejaculatory duct. ये देखो यहाँ पे, ये किसका opening है? Here is the opening of the vas deferens and here is the opening of the seminal vesicle. Both of them together, they are opening as the ejaculatory ducts and passing or opening together into the urethra as ejaculatory duct. ठीक है, अब फंक्शन क्या है इस ejaculatory duct का? It stores and transport the sperms from testis to the urethra and finally the sperms they are going to enter into the urethra. अब एक और चीज़, urethra जो है it is also going to carry the urine that is going to come out from the bladder. Okay, urethra it originates, origin कहाँ पे होता है urethra का? From the urinary bladder and it extends through the penis and opens outside through an external opening called as urethral meatus. ठीक है, penis जो है it opens outside the body in males through the urethral meatus and it is this urethral meatus only through which the urine as well as the seminal plasma, you can see the semen, will be passed outside the body in males. Semen is actually what? The seminal plasma which is secreted by the accessory glands plus the sperms that are synthesized in or formed in the testis. ठीक है? So first we will see the accessory glands and then we will move on to the external genitalia. If you see the accessory glands, as I told you, there are seminal vesicles which are paired structures. Second is a prostate gland. This prostate gland is an unpaired gland. Okay, here you can see. This is the prostate gland पूरा. अभी it is situated such that ऐसा लग रहा है कि it is present in the form of pair, but it is an unpaired organ. ठीक है, it is an unpaired organ. Gland, sorry. And the last one is the bulbourethral gland, which is also a paired gland. Again you can see here bulbourethral gland paired. They are small, you know, very small. जो P होता है ना, green P, उस size का होता है ये bulbourethral gland. Together the seminal vesicles, prostate gland and the bulbourethral gland, they are involved in secretion of these seminal plasma. ठीक है, अब seminal plasma की अगर हम लोग बात करेंगे, so this plasma which is secreted, it will be rich in fructose, calcium and certain enzymes. Okay, seminal vesicle और prostate gland जो है उसका जो भी secretion है, that is going to be rich in fructose, calcium and the enzymes which are necessary. Okay, bulbourethral gland is going to help in lubrication, right? It secretes the fluid which acts as a lubricant. So basically all these are somewhere providing what? Nourishment and easy flow of the sperms. Am I clear? ठीक है, तो अब हम लोग डिस्कस करते हैं कि जैसे स्पर्म का फॉर्मेशन हो गया टेस्टिस में, then after the sperms have been formed, they enter into the abdomen body part through the vas deferens, from where they are going to enter into the urethra. Exactly now where is this urethra present? It is situated in the external genitalia. External genitalia, genitalia is the copulatory organ. तो मेल में जो copulatory organ है, it is called as the penis. ठीक है? Now if you see the structure of penis, at the end of the penis there is a enlarged end, enlarged distal end which is called as the glans penis, and these glans penis is actually covered by a loose fold of tissues which is called as the foreskin. Okay, remember the loose fold or the loose skin that you see on the penis, external genitalia, is the foreskin, and the enlarged end is called as the penis. I will show you the diagram again. Okay, yes, what do you see here? This is the penis. Okay, instead I will draw a diagram only. if you see the penis, the end of it will be enlarged like this. So this enlarged end is called as what? Glans penis. And on that outer side, the glans penis is actually covered by a loose fold of tissues. This loose fold of tissue is called as the foreskin. In this, the middle point, what you see here is the opening of the urethra, which is called as the urethral meatus. Okay? Fine. So this is all about the male reproductive system, where we have studied about that what are the different parts of the male reproductive system, what are the primary sex organs, which are the accessory ducts present, and which are the accessory glands that are associated with the male reproductive system. Okay. So, is there any doubt? Please students comment in the comment box. We will stop here today, and in the next class we will be studying about the female reproductive system. So, thank you very much students. I would also like to give you an information here that those students who have not registered yourself please come and register yourself, because soon we are going to shift to the app, and the access to the app will be given to only those students who have done the registration. So please make sure you go register yourself, and once you register you will be given access to the app, and from next week onwards you will come live through the app. Thank you very much students.
ये क्या हो गया?